Oh no, we've got a problem. We've got a problem. That window ain't working. Oh no, we've got a warning light on the dash. Right, can you buy an E46 M3 for less than £10,000 in 2023? Well, I've just bought one, right, on BCA. I haven't seen it, I've seen pictures of it. Looks like it's got a few issues. I don't know if it's gonna be all right, but I suppose it's gonna make a great YouTube video. So in this video, we're gonna find out how bad or how good my M3 is, and if it was a mistake buy. So, British car auctions, great way to buy cars. Cars that are older than 8 years old, they don't come with an assured report, which is understandable. They're older, they can't guarantee them. So they give you a BCA essential check, but this here is an old E46 M3. It's a straight six car. They do have issues with bottom end. It is a risk when you buy these types of cars, but you know, car trading, it's a risky business. So let's quickly jump on Auto Trader. Let's look at the values of E46 M3s in general. I bought this car for cheap, by the way. You're gonna be shocked how much I paid for it. But is it a bargain? Is it a mistake? Cheapest one there is with a private seller. It's done 115,000 miles and it's 9.5 grand. So there is one there below 10 grand. There's another one below 10 grand. And so there's 3 below 10 grand on Auto Trader. The third one there is in carbon black, 05 plate, facelift car. That's a Cat S car. So below 10 grand, you can still just about buy E46 M3s in 2023. You can buy, I don't know how good they are or how bad they are, but it's possible, yeah? Here she is, the wonderful carbon black X1 HMD. It comes with the private plate, apparently. It's got 5 owners total. It's done 161,000 miles. We are constantly looking around on the market at M3s. I love them. I think they're great value for money. What they offer for the amount of money they are. Black car, black leather interior, manual gearbox. What else has it got going for it? Just all the usual stuff. It's got sat nav, which is cool. Heated seats. By the way, the clean price there, if I highlight that, is £7,000. But you can see there's an exclamation mark on the essential check. We'll talk about what that exclamation mark is shortly. We'll head over to Car Vertical, quickly do a Car Vertical check. Shout out to Car Vertical, by the way, for sponsoring this video. I will link them in the description below. I do Car Vertical checks on every car I buy. It's so important that I do it, and it's also important that you do it, all right? Use my code CCD to get a little discount on your check. All green ticks, which is wonderful. Scroll down to the mileage. A little discrepancy in that mileage there. So it looks like it was at 111. It's dipped there to 96. It's got a little exclamation mark there. But it isn't showing a discrepancy. So from there onwards, the mileage has then continued to go up accordingly. But it isn't, if you scroll up to the top there, odometer's got a green tick. But just to confirm that, so there must be a justification. We've got a whole timeline. There is no explanation within this timeline of why that happened, but it looks like it's all good. Just to double check that, I've gone over to HPI as well. I've done a check on HPI, X1 HMD, black BMW M3, and again, we do a national mileage register check, and you can see it's got a green tick there. So it's all good, it's all good, all right? No accidents, so it's HPI clear car. Couldn't be any better, considering that is a bloody 20-year-old car with 160,000 miles. Grade 3, which is pretty good. Grade 1 being the best, grade 5 being the worst. Grade 3 ain't too bad at all. It's got the 19-inch wheels. No doubt they'll be a little bit curved. They're a bit of a nightmare. The mechanical report looks like this. So do loads of checks, yeah? If it's got a bottom end knock, it wouldn't show in this check. So it says engine running, got a green tick next to engine running. It starts, but it does have an amber light there to say that the oil and coolant could possibly have contamination. Now, sometimes they go overboard to cover their arse, which is expected, but then likewise, they could genuinely be a problem there, which there could be. And it looks like it's got a red light there just next to the fog light. So basically it's got fog light out, which we're not worried about that at all. 04 facelift car, it's got a V5, which is handy. MOT, how long is the MOT? It's got an MOT until March next year, which is also pretty good. The price that we paid for our M3 is £6,900 on the hammer. There'll be a bit of fees on top of that. The car is yet to arrive, so we're gonna fast forward to the scene when the car arrives at Bincar, and we're gonna have a little look over it, go for a drive in it, and I hope there's nothing wrong with it. Good luck, wish me luck. Good luck, Hal, good luck, Hal. Right, so the M3 arrived yesterday. I've kind of seen it, but not seen it properly yet. I've not had a good look over it, but when it arrived, it was dirty, so the boys have given it a quick clean. And since it's been cleaned, I've not yet seen it. So it's parked in the unit behind me. I'm looking forward to seeing it all cleaned up and hoping, hoping that it's all right. I'm yet to drive, I've got the key in my hand as well. So let's now cut to a cinematic scene of the car looking fresh and me shocked how wonderful it looks. It's nice, isn't it? It's actually surprisingly good. Steering wheel is tidy. Interior is all right. 161,778 miles. The last E46 M3 that we had on the channel was the one that we gave away on Planet of Dreams. I did actually consider giving this one away on Planet of Dreams. I don't know, man. Aerial's missing. The wheels are not the correct finish, but they do need sorting out anyway, so they could do with getting them to RRT. Bit of wear on the gear knob. Mirror plates, they always go on these. Like, I think the one on Planet Dreams that we give away, we actually got the mirror plates repainted on that. But overall, it's all right. It's a facelift car as well. The rear lenses there, they've gone a bit dull, which is a bit annoying, I suppose. Oh, check this out. It's got a wind deflector in the boot as well. Wind deflector, because of course it's a convertible. And by the way, the roof works, I guess. Does it work? You pulled the roof down, didn't you, Emma? It works, yeah? Ah, yes. Needs a good clean under the bonnet. Oh my gosh. Valets didn't want to do that, did they? Look at that. £7,251 for an E46 M3 in 2023. The idea is I want to get this car back up for sale at less than £10,000. And I have actually got someone already interested in it. Another trader, he's like, Cal, if you can get me an M3 for less than £10,000, I'll buy it off you. But it needs to be all right mechanically. That's the priority. So far, like visually, they usually go on the rear arches there. So like, I know the paint's looking a bit sort of unloved, but it ain't looking too rusty at all, is it? That front wing's gone a little tiny bit. Didn't even check the oil. I looked at the most recent MOT. Obviously, some subframe issues are a big thing with these cars. If you've got a subframe issue, it's an expensive job. There is no subframe corrosion mentioned in any recent MOTs, which is really good. But on the previous MOT, I think there was corrosion on the brake pipes. Pretty standard stuff on an old car. Harman Kardon, yeah. Heated seats. Sat nav, it's got sat nav. Not that the sat navs on these are very good. I remember back in the day when I used to, like when these were not new, but newish, I'd always have the map button on. So when I'm driving, it was like GPS style, follow me round. All cap looks good. No cream in there, it's really good. Rocker cover's all good. These engines are always bone dry. You never really see any horrible oil leaks on these. And this is another fine example of that, just a bit dirty. It needs a bloody good clean under the bonnet. Yeah, oh look, that looks fine to me, mate. Looks absolutely fine. Look at that, loads of coolant in there as well. This is brilliant, isn't it? Just to think that someone's had this car for 10 years. Surely this roof don't work properly. This is a setup, isn't it? 3, 2, 1. That's a cold start. It's a gem, mate. It's an absolute gem. There's not even any horrible lines through the screen on the sat nav, which is good. A full panel of buttons at the bottom there, because it is a convertible. You do get them extra 2 convertible buttons. Mate, I am so impressed with this car. It's got the temperature lights as well on the rev counter. I love that as a feature on these cars. I am looking forward to driving this car. I don't know what it is with these 46 M3s. They're just nostalgic to me, man. I've got so many memories with these cars. Look at that. It's got tinted windows, tinted-ish windows. Got a little bit of a tear on that one. Let's just hold the rev to see if there's any sort of low end, bottom end noises. It is perfect. So I'm going to switch that off because it's going to gas us out. I'm going to take it for a little drive. There's still the gearbox to have a feel for. We need to have a little feel for the clutch. Have a feel for the power. Make sure it's delivering power all right. There's no lights on the dash as well, by the way. I didn't mention that. I'm well happy with it. Buying cars from auctions, I've said this in previous videos before, is actually safer than buying a car from a private seller. When you buy from an auction, you get the reports and stuff like that. And if they sell you a car misdescribed, then you can just go back and get a refund. So if this car did have, well, I say bottom end's a bit different, but if anything on the list that they'd provided us was incorrectly described, then you'd just get a refund. So it is a risk buying an old car from an auction, of course, especially when you're trying to earn money out of it. But in this case, it is a risk worth taking. And like I said, if you buy Privately, you've got absolutely no hope. What tyres has it got? Has it got tread? Has the tyres actually got tread? It's good. That bumper's been painted. I can see that. It's a bit white underneath. But you know what? We've done our car vertical check and everything seems good, all right? So let's go take it for a drive, see what it drives like. In fact, before we go out for a drive, the service wallet is on the passenger seat there. I've not even looked at that, have I? Apparently got pretty good history as well. So proper BMW service book, which is nice to see. Has it had the pre-delivery check? Not the pre-delivery check, the running in check. So it's had the running in check, which is brilliant. It's oil service inspection 1, oil service, another oil service by this garage here, who I've never heard of, East Horsley, Carlians. Pre-delivery plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, wait, 11, 12, 13. 14 service stamps. That one there in 2021 at 159,226 miles. Probably due a service on time, but according to the light on the dash, it's not due a service. So let's get the shutter door up. I'm gonna get the roof back down as well, I think. You know what happens, don't you? As soon as I take the roof down, it'll start bloody raining. It's gonna happen, isn't it? But we'll get the roof down, give that a shot, put these mics to the test, and put the car to the test as well. This is sick, man. Rangy just arrived there. 13 plate, old shape Rangy, look at that. That is nice, man. Oh my God. This car is driving lovely. Little bit of a rattle coming from that window there. It's actually driving proper solid, man. I always talk about the word expectations. It don't matter whether it's the car or a situation. You know, you're going for a job, you have an expectation of it. You're going to a meal and you have a high expectation of it and it under exceeds your expectation. I'm kind of expecting that it's going to be a bit of an old banger. I was actually going to call this the banger of the week. I might have called it the banger of the week. I don't know yet. But I just expected it would be a problematic piece of, apart from that rattly window, which I might just bring that down. In fact, I found a problem. Oh no, we've got a problem. We've got a problem. My battery's about to go dead. Should we drive down the high street? We should drive down the high street really, but I don't think I'm gonna. It's quite cool driving down the high street though, isn't it? We go down the high street, Cal, let's spin it round. It's completely unplanned. But yeah, I was going to say there's actually a problem. So there was problem number 1, which was the battery on my camera. Problem number 2 is that window won't work. Oh no, we've got a light on the dash. We've got a warning light on the dash. This was all just going too well, wasn't it? Too smoothly. And then all of a sudden, a tyre pressure light comes on the dash. How cool is that? 160,000 miles, it's just a bloody tyre pressure light. Mate, look at this M3. No, you're not looking at it, no? What about you? Anyone? In 10 years' time, mate, none of you will get the pleasure of seeing an E46 M3 on your local high street. This should be snapping next, mate. I'm going to get some petrol, and then we're going to go for a little spirited drive, as some people like to call it. Yeah? After you, sir. Sure, done. Look at that Transit over there, man. That is sick. I actually had exactly the same Transit as that as my first Transit. Paid £600 for it. My boss said to me, Calv, I know you're skint, pay me £120 a week for it for 5 weeks. I got to the final 5th week, yeah, and the gearbox went on it. I think it was £1,200 to do the gearbox. He said, we'll go halves on it, £600 each, yeah? And I had to pay for another 5 weeks. I think it's all about Transit. But one thing I can say is, I got great use out of that, and it kind of brings me back to why I love these cars. Is like, not even these cars that are good value for money. I love things that are good value for money. That woman, like, did you see that? That girl literally had like a full mask on or something. That was, I don't want to use the word weird because you've got to be careful what you say nowadays. It might be normal, you know. Maybe I'm weird because I don't have one. Strange day today. It's a good day though. Yeah, good value for money, and I see value in things like this. I look at this and I think, why does nobody want this car? Why did no one bid on this car in the auction? I looked at it and thought, I need to buy that car, man. This is exciting. It's not just exciting for me, it's exciting for you lot, and potentially exciting for business as well. I might actually make quite a good profit on this car, providing this Tesla gets out of the way and I conclude how well it drives. I'm going to go left here because everyone's going that way. We're going to go the opposite direction to everyone else. And then an A3 is going to put in front of me. This Tesla driver is shockingly unique. He's all right. You're all right. It's a she. She's a she. She's all right. Listen to that noise, man. Oh my God. I am impressed. It is definitely over exceeding my expectations. It feels quick. I know that sounds stupid. I think if you look at my draggy leaderboard, we've actually done draggy times on an M3 CS manual gearbox car, which although it is a CS, it does actually have the same power as a normal M3. And I think it's done it in just less than 6 seconds. And when you look on the leaderboard, you'll see how that compared to things like Golf GTIs. I think it's right next to an Edition 30, a Stage 1 car. So they are quick. But kind of, again, because I haven't driven one for a while, the sounds never ever get bored of that sound. But the way they perform is impressive for the age of the car, especially considering they're a naturally aspirated engine and no turbo, no supercharger. They're just pure 6-cylinder BMW engine. Listen to it. The gearbox is good. No horrible noises other than the rattle that we did have from the window, which we don't currently have. Oh, what the? That's going to be funny to watch back in slow-mo. That just shocked me. We don't currently oh, what the? But on the plus side, the window's working. So the only issue that we had was, well, 2 issues. One was the tyre pressure light, which is just a standard thing with BMWs. Another standard thing with BMWs is oil lights, which this doesn't have. They just come on when they just feel like it and the oil's fine. This doesn't have that issue, but yeah, tyre pressure light, no problem there. Window was broken, but I've just fixed it. I think I'm going to wrap it up and leave it as that. I'm well pleased with this car. I will let you know if I sold it and made a profit on it, which I know full well I'm going to. The rate that I'm going, it does need a little bit of love. It's got a bit of wear on this centre armrest, a bit of wear on the gear knob, bit of rust, surface rust on the body, but nothing bad at all. Nothing bad at all. I've proven that you can buy an E46 M3 for less than £10,000 and potentially sell it for less than £10,000 and potentially make a profit. And it's HPI clear, and it's got a manual gearbox, and it's good spec, and it's a facelift car. I do feel like I've been lucky with this one. This has been lucky. But I'll take that, man. Listen to that. Guys, I'm going to wrap it up, leave it with that. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you like this video. Hit like if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Still trying to find problems with this car. I've just had a look under the front of it and there's no oil leaks. I checked if there was no holes in the roof either. The roof looks good. It's really good condition. Yeah, we're about to crash into that. Has it got parking sensors? Of course it has. I think they all have, haven't they? There's actually nothing wrong with this car, is there? What a result. See you later.